Mediaroom214. This is Paul Schreiber reporting to you today, this Friday, December 12th. Today, the Senate will convene to hear the bills that passed in committee. The first four bills are as follows. Bill 121, an act to repeal Section 215 of the Patriot Act. Bill 120, the National Suicide Prevention Act. Bill 101, United States Safety Belt Law. And 106, entitled Federal Aid for Chronic Diseases. Now, let's talk for a moment about Executive Order 12333, the Patriot Act.
Hey, Agent 23 is back!
Thank you.
Welcome back, 23.
Maxie!
So, how was the assassination?
Maxie, you know assassinations are specifically prohibited by Executive Order 12333.
23, you killed me.
I could if I wanted to.
Yes, you could. Oh! Did you see that face he made?
October 25th, 2001, a little over 40 days after September 11th. This USA Patriot Act is an acronym for Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism. Was an emergency response to the panic of 9/11. However, it is now clear that this act impedes civil liberties in the name of security. To repeal this act would be to force the government to have probable cause in order to access any academic, financial, library, or medical records. During a committee meeting on Wednesday, Vice President Alex Estevez acknowledged that there are many programs similar to Bill 120. However, being state or locally run, may not have proper funding. This bill, introduced by Shelby Price, allows the federal government to offer grants and perhaps unify the many well-intended suicide prevention programs. Now, let's have a short word from one of our sponsors.
Alright, this is Kyle. Kyle has just gotten done with dropping his kids off at the pool. Kyle's nice, fantastic life is about to be destroyed because he isn't wearing a seatbelt. Go. No! This could happen to you. Support Senate Bill 101, and please wear a seatbelt.
In 90% of all accidents, passengers are saved by seatbelts. For another matter, in Bill 106, Senator Reynolds proposes a federal aid program for those with chronic diseases such as arthritis, cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, epilepsy, and hypertension. According to the American Heart Association, 80,700,000 people had one or more forms of cardiovascular disease in 2005. There were 553,400 reported deaths from the 14 different types of cancer in 2000. The total economic cost of diabetes in 2007 was estimated to be $174 million, according to the American Diabetes Association. And in addition, 200,000 cases of epilepsy are diagnosed each year, according to the Epilepsy Foundation. But just how much money are we talking about with this bill? You figure all those cases, and even if you take it with a modest $2,500, it's a staggering amount. Now, I would like to propose the question, should average taxpayers have to pay the medical bills of those who can't take care of themselves? Perhaps the immediate answer would be, that is unfair. What if they're taking care of themselves? Well, who's to say they are? Ask any medical professional about the correlation of chronic disease to smoking, drinking, and an unhealthy diet. And while we're asking questions, why should the government be involved at all? The government isn't an insurance company and definitely isn't a charity, so ask yourself. why should the taxpayers be paying for other people's problems? These are just some of the questions to consider when voting on these things. We have late-breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Henneberry is suing Billy Jackson for not letting her sit wherever she wants. So, here's how I think it will go down, in court at least.
נראה בית המשפט המחוזי בחיפה אתמול רגע לפני חידוש משפט רצח, שנייה לפני שהשופטים נכנסים לאולם. כן, האלימות במלוא עוצמתה הגיעה גם לבתי המשפט. בקטטה ההמונית הזאת בין משפחת הנאשם ברצח למשפחת הנרצח משתתפים כולם, גם עורך דינו של הנאשם, האיש עם העניבה השחורה בימין המסך. המתקוטטים עיניכם
Thank you for joining me, Paul Schreiber, with Mediaroom214. Have a nice day.